Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Bets. I'm the perfect one. AJ with me, as always, is my co-host Noah. Noah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm a big fan of the NFL slate. We are in Week 8. I'm a big fan of a lot of the games going on. What are your initial thoughts going into this week? We had, I think, a pretty solid week last week. A lot of favorites won, and I think we're getting a lot of favorites back. A lot of close spreads. We still have a couple big ones going into this week. What are your initial thoughts going into this week, and what are you looking for?
I think the top teams in the NFC are going to stay on top for the most part. I think regardless of what happens with this Thursday night game, I think it's still going to be either tied or a one-game differential up at the top by like 4 or 5 teams. It's, you really got your elites in the NFC. AFC's honestly more interesting because you got a lot of 2 and 3 loss teams in the AFC, so I'm excited to see what happens there. But as always, we're going to bet the entire slate because we can.
Yeah, we might as well, dude. We might as well. I mean, we did pretty well last week. I think we're going to do even better this week. Let's go ahead and start off with a homer game for you and I. Let's talk about Thursday night. Packers at Cardinals. This game opened up at 3.5, but with Uncle COVID coming around, knocking on the door, and getting a couple positive tests on the Packers with big names like Lazard and
Devontae Adams.
I can't believe I forgot that. Yeah, my bad.
Bigger one there,
obviously, is Devontae Adams being ruled out. That line moved from 3.5 to 5.5 literally within seconds of that news being broke. I like this game a lot at 3.5. I really did. I should have taken it at 3.5. I thought it was going to stay at 3.5 a lot longer. I think we're looking at this line going to maybe 7.5 by kickoff. So I'm going to take it at 6.5 with the Cardinals covering. And the only reason at this point, because don't get me wrong, it's still Aaron Rodgers, and the Cardinals still scared me a little bit, not coming off, hot and everything. They like to wait until the second, third quarter to really start popping off. But with just how many players are on the Packers reserve list and everything, and the impact that those players have, especially Devontae Adams, it's gonna need to be a Rodgers miracle against a really hot Arizona Cardinals team right now.
Yeah, and we're still waiting to hear whether or not Marquez Valdes-Scantling is coming, whether or not he gets activated off of IR. We'll make an actually pretty decent sized difference.
Huge.
Because if he's not able to be activated off of IR for that hamstring injury, if he's not ready to play, the Packers are minus their top 3 receivers. So you're talking about a receiving core going into that game of Randall Cobb, Equanimous St. Brown, and the rookie Amari Rodgers. And then the only other receiver on the roster, Malik Taylor, who hasn't played hardly any snaps this year, just got activated. He was on the COVID list. He just got activated back off of it this week. It's gonna be tough with that receiving core, but Aaron Rodgers has done it before with no-name receivers. Packers over the last 2 years without Devontae Adams, 6-0. I'm not saying they're a better team. They're obviously not a better team, but they've found a way to win without Devontae the last 2 years. Like I said, 6-0 in the games that he's missed. Other guys have stepped up. Aaron Rodgers seems to find a way to make every receiver around him better. And I will say that is the one thing that he can do that I don't think any other quarterback in the league right now, or maybe ever, has been able to do, is elevate these no-name receivers into actual viable options. Because all these other big-name quarterbacks, they've had these star receivers. Devontae Adams, obviously a huge star receiver that Aaron Rodgers throws to a lot, but in games where he hasn't had Adams, you've seen these other guys like Lazard's had big games. Marquez Valdes-Scantling has had big games. Even if you go back years and years, there's been random ass dudes who have had big breakout games and no business doing it. We've seen a lot of Packers receivers since Rodgers has been the quarterback be pretty good or decent with the Packers, and then they go to another team and they absolutely suck. So I don't think the Packers offense will be dead in the water. Also, look for Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon to be very involved in the pass game.
Probably, yeah, they have to be. They're going to have to be.
Could be a big breakout game for Robert Tonyan. Like I said, I don't expect the Packers offense to be dead in the water. Obviously, they're not at full strength. Defense missing Joe Barry, the defensive coordinator. He's out with COVID as well. So I think they have the I think it's the secondary coach. The defensive backs coach is the one who's going to be calling the defense. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised by that. Obviously, Arizona's offense, super high powered, very tough to stop for anybody. But we'll see. It should be an interesting game. I don't think it's going to be a huge blowout. However, if it is, the Packers have that built-in excuse.
Yeah.
The Packers lose by 2 or 3 touchdowns in this game. It's, all the COVID and injuries and everything, all these players missing. So I think the Cardinals have way more to lose with this game than the Packers do.
Very true.
If this is a really close game, or if the Cardinals end up losing, it looks way worse for the Cardinals than it does for the Packers to lose this game.
What's your pick?
So, I'm gonna buy a point, and I'm gonna take the Packers plus 7.5. I like them to keep it to a touchdown.
All right.
I do like the Cardinals to win, but give me over 50. That is what I like even better. I still like the over. The over has been creeping down with all the injury news. I still think this game's going to be a fucking shootout. And this is the signature type of game that Rodgers will play his absolute best.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to see MVP form Aaron Rodgers. Will it be enough? I don't know. I'm leaning Cardinals, but I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a tremendous game. I think Kyler Murray is going to have a tremendous game, especially with the Packers defense giving up almost 100 yards rushing to Taylor Heineke last week. I think Murray's going to be a big threat on the ground.
Huge, dude. He's going to have a field day. I kind of like his over on yards if you're looking at a easy same game parlay add on right there.
I like his over on rushing yards, not necessarily
rushing yards,
passing. But
honestly, maybe rushing and passing. I might take a look at that one, but anyway.
I think I saw his passing is around 270. I don't like that enough to take the over on it, but rushing will probably be around 40, 45. I think
usually it's around 40, 45 for him. Maybe he can catch it at 38 at some shops, but yeah, follow us on Twitter. Myself at Brofix1, Noah at _Engelbretson, the show at Degenerate Takes on Twitter for all of our picks for the weekend coming up and everything. So that's our Thursday night dive.
So I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, I'm taking Packers 7.5.
Yes, I'm on
hoping
Cardinals
they can keep it
6.5
in a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think the Cardinals are going to win this one by a touchdown. So I think you're going to be happy that you have that half point at the hook.
Hey, we may both hit on that.
Sure, we could. You'll love to see
it's
that.
It's a possibility.
Now going into Sunday morning, we're starting with a really shitty game early, Noah. And I'm talking, of course, about the Eagles versus the Detroit Lions. You said it best on the last episode of Degenerate.
Shitty game. I think this is going to be a good game. I mean, it's shitty teams, but I think it'll be a good game
with shitty teams. Yes, absolutely. But I think you said it best on the last episode of Degenerate Days. The Lions are due. All right.
I think I'm
leaving it at that. Hey, I'm leaving it at that. Lions money line all day. I'll take that plus money.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, give me. Especially, I mean, I'm taking them spread too, just with that 3.5.
Might as well,
but yeah, give me the Lions, man. I mean,
I'll take them on the spread too. Fuck it, let's double up on the Lions this week.
Can we get the over/under at for that game?
48.5. Not a fan of that, really.
Give me the over on that one. I mean.
Wow.
Philly's defense is bad. The Lions defense isn't anything to brag about. I'll take over 48.5. Lions in a 27-24 win type of thing.
Yeah, definitely. So let's stay in the NFC North then, Noah, and the NFC West, I guess. We're going to not Lambeau Field. We are going to Soldier Field to the 49ers at Bears. Hate everything about this game, Noah. That's what I like about this game, that I hate everything about this game. And that's why, against my better judgment, with Matt Nagy being, I think, cleared with COVID protocols and everything, probably being back this week, with Justin Fields being the rookie sensation he should be, but Matt Nagy's too big of an idiot. This is their bounce back week against a struggling 49ers team. I told you in preseason, this 49ers team is nothing to write home about. I'm not excited about them whatsoever.
They're off to a 2-5 start.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to take, oh God, I hate this. I'm going to take the Bears plus the points. And I hate this pick. No, I want to be very clear. I hate this pick.
What do you have the spread at?
I got it at 4.
Okay, that's what I got too.
Over under at 39.5. I mean, I kind of think this is going to be a suck fest. What do you think?
39.5. The over under is that low.
Yeah, for a professional game, bro.
No. Okay, first off, just give me the over on that one. So we're 3 for 3 with taking the overs so far.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, AJ, no. I can't with the Bears. Not this week. Not against San Francisco.
Them, though. I think they're going to lose. I don't think they're going to lose by 4 points.
I think San Francisco is better than their record says. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're a playoff team, but I do think they're a good enough team.
Really? To beat a bad team? The Bears aren't a bad team. They're a badly coached team. And I think there's a big difference.
I'm buying it.
All right.
I'm buying it to 3.5, and I'm taking San Francisco. And give me you said over 39.5, 38.5?
Yeah, 39.5. It was at 38.5. I'd be all over the over.
Well, I'll still easily take that at 39.5 too. So
fair enough. Don't blame me. I'm going to stay away from that total because it scares me and I hate everything about that game. Excuse me. Sorry. We are going next to, let's go to Atlanta, which, by the way, shout out to the Braves and Stros tying it up 1-1. I think this series is going to go to 7. We'll talk about it later on a different episode of Degenerate Stats. Do you have any quick thoughts?
Fuck that. Fuck those cheaters and fuck that midget Altuve.
Fuck
nothing against short guys. Just
short kings. Altuve. All short kings out there. We appreciate you, but fuck Altuve.
Except for Jose Altuve. We love Ozzy Albies. He's only 2 inches taller.
He's great, bro. Danny DeVito. He's like 2 feet tall. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but no, fuck Altuve. Yeah. Fuck those cheaters.
Altuve, fuck the cheaters. AJ Hinch should be banned from baseball. Pete Rose should be reinstated. It's a shame that AJ Hinch is still in baseball. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Carolina Panthers at Atlanta Falcons. Got the Falcons as a 3-point favorite going into this game. Now,
bro, the Falcons are hot. Kind of. They're warm. They're warm. They're not hot.
Lukewarm. They're room temperature. Okay, let's be real. They're room temperature right now.
They're above room temperature. They're warm. They're not good enough. I mean, they've beat some shitty teams, so I'm not going to call them hot, but they're taking care of business against crap teams. Carolina is a crap team. Give me Atlanta -3. Not even thinking twice about it.
Noah, Noah? Oh, they are at home.
Carolina's about to drop their 5th straight after starting 3-0?
5th straight, yeah. Oh, I don't like this game, dude. I'm gonna take.
And after Carolina loses this one to drop down to 3-5, like I said, in Degenerate takes, I still believe they will lose 8 of their last 9, which means this 3-0 start for this Carolina team. If they lose this one to Atlanta, and based on my predictions, that means they finish 4-13 after a 3-0 start. Terrible, one of the biggest meltdowns. I mean, I don't know if they got deep enough into the season to call it a full-on meltdown. They just
not yet. You got another week or two.
Won a couple cupcake games to start the season, but I mean, I'm riding momentum on this pick. Atlanta's got good momentum. Carolina's got terrible momentum.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go momentum too. I'm going to stick with the wave, the flow of the motion. Let's go Falcons -3. We're both on that.
What is the over/under on this? Because
46.
if Darnold gets benched again, he's done. And this offense has not been clicking. Is McCaffrey back? Do we know McCaffrey back?
There's no chance McCaffrey's back.
Well, they put him on 3-week IR. Is this week 3 of that? So he's still out.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Give me what did you say the over/under is?
46.
Because give me under 46. Give me the Falcons.
I'm going to take that under with you too, honestly, bro. I like that under 46.
I might take every over/under this week. I don't know. We'll see. I'm 4 for 4 on our games so far.
You are, dude.
I usually only pick out the 4 or 5 or 6 that I like, but who knows? We're on a roll. 4 for 4. I've liked one side of all of them, so let's keep it rolling.
Hey, we're gonna keep it going, dude. Let's go next to a game I think you're gonna take the over on. Let's go Dolphins at Bills. Bills a 13.5-point favorite going into this game. Total is at 49.5. This Bills team is something else. This Dolphins team is nothing.
They quick reminder, they played about 4 weeks ago in Miami. Buffalo won 35-0.
So let's keep that in mind. The under still hit that game.
Yes. Yep.
I'm taking the Bills 13.5. That's a no-brainer right there. They're a 2-touchdown win team against this. Even if the Deshaun Watson shit goes through by Sunday, I'm taking the Bills at 3.5. God, that under at 40, that is so many points, 49.5. I'm taking the under, not because just because I think the Dolphins aren't going to put any points on the board again. I think the Bills are going to shut them down again. I'm taking the under 49.5.
Well, let's see. What have the Dolphins done offensively this season? So they put up 28 against the Falcons, 20 against Jacksonville, keep the 2 shitty teams, 17 against the Bucks. Bucks defense hasn't been great. 17 against the Colts. Colts are whatever. 28 against the Raiders, 0 against the Bills, and 17 against the Patriots. They're 1 win week 1. But the Patriots are really wishing they had that one back right about now.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't they're capable of scoring is a thing, but
in Buffalo though.
In Buffalo's one of the best defenses in the league. 2 shutouts already on the season. I think Buffalo's going to put up 30 or 35 points again. I do think the Dolphins will score this game. I think it'll be closer than the first game that they played. But what'd you say the over-under is?
49.5.
Give me the under on that still. My score prediction for this game is 31 Buffalo, 10 points for Miami. So I'm going to say 21-point Buffalo win. So we're going to take Buffalo to cover, and we're going to take the under.
Awesome. I love it, dude. We're both on the Bills and the under in that game. You know what? I think this next game is also going to be one that you and I are just kind of on. No brainer. You got Bengals at Jets. Bengals an 11-point favorite. Over under at 42.5. Dude, Joe Burrow is hot right now. The Bengals are hot right now. I love what they're doing. They're going to steamroll this Jets team. Give me the Bengals and the 11.
Who the
Let's
fuck's
remember,
starting?
Joe Flacco is starting for them.
Is he been named the starter? Do we know that he is for sure starting? Because that's what I was going to ask: is who is starting at quarterback for the Jets?
Well, Zach Wilson's injured. They don't really have a backup. Joe Flacco already knows that system and that team pretty well. It's got to be him, or else why would they trade for him in the week? And honestly, why didn't they go get Cam Newton?
Well, because like you said, because hopefully Wilson's going to be back somewhat soon, and Flacco knows that system, so he's a perfect guy to step in for a couple weeks. All ounces.
Dude, go with your gut on this one. This is easy.
All ounces of the sense in my body say I should take Cincy. It's a big spread though, and this Cincinnati team a couple weeks ago came down to the fucking wire, needed a game-winning field goal to beat the Jaguars.
That was a different team. This is a different team.
No. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. That's not that different.
It's a different team.
It's the NFL. Everybody has random off weeks. Everybody has random weeks where they definitely exceed expectations. Although I can't bring myself to like have faith in this Jets team right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cautiously go with Cincinnati to cover. I'm going to buy it down to 9.5 though.
Wow. No faith.
And I'm being cautious about it. What's the over-under at on this one?
42.5.
Give me the over though. I mean, over 42.5. That's easy.
Right.
I'm telling you, the Jets are going to find a way to score like 14 or 17 at least in this one. And since his offense has just been going fucking crazy, so I think over hits pretty easily on this one.
We will see.
I mean, Cincinnati's capable of putting up 40 points on their own. I mean, they put like 41 on the Ravens, so I'm not shying away from that 42.5 at all. I love that.
Fair enough. I'm staying away from that one, honest to God. I'm not a fan of it. Next game, this one is kind of a toss-up. It's at 1-point spread in favor of the Colts. We're talking Tennessee Titans at the Colts. This is a tricky one. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I really don't, because this Colts team, we've been talking about it. They have a good defense, and it finally showed up a little bit last week in a rough game with the 49ers. But with that being said, King Henry just kind of stomping all over the Chiefs, and then Ryan Tannehill throwing all over them as well. Over-unders the total's at 50.5. I'm just going to take the over and enjoy the hell out of this game.
Yeah, I am taking Tennessee money line and riding that hard.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Give me these Titans. I mean, they're a legit contender in the AFC, and they've proven that by absolutely dismantling the Chiefs, by beating Buffalo. This Tennessee team is one of the contenders in the AFC, and the Colts haven't proven that yet. So I don't know why the Colts are getting the luxury of being favored, but it seems idiotic to me.
Fair enough. I'm just going to take the over. You may see me tweet out a pick. We'll see what happens when we get to Sunday morning.
You said 50?
50.5.
I do not like that one. I'm staying off of that.
All right. Fair enough.
First over under, I'm staying off of this week.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go all the way, but apparently not.
No, I don't like that. So.
All right. No, another game I don't like, but a spread I do love. Rams at Texans. Rams -14. Give me the -14. This Texans team is not good. Tyrod Taylor did practice. He does seem like he may play this week. don't give a shit. He thought like this team is not good. 14 is perfect.
Yeah, I'm looking up right now if Tyrod Taylor's playing.
All right.
Up in the air, all of the headlines. Tyrod Taylor to return from IR. Davis Mills may still start. Texans could possibly get Tyrod Taylor back for Sunday's. Okay, so we don't even know. I'm going to err on the side of him not playing, not starting. Second week in a row that the Rams have been over a 2-touchdown favorite. Last week, obviously, struggles against the Lions. I do think the Lions are a better team than the Texans, however.
I agree.
I'm gonna take the Rams to cover. I don't love it, but I'm taking it. What is the over-under at for this one, AJ?
You are looking at 47.5.
Yeah, no, I'm staying off of that. I'm
That's what I thought.
Just staying away from that. So,
all right, we got another interesting game coming up. This one big in the AFC East. We got the Steelers at the Brownies. The Brownies are minus 3.5-point home favorite. Over under at 42. I don't like this game at all. I understand why the Browns are favored. Case Keenum played exceptionally well, I think, this last week, and I'm okay with how he played. He played about as efficiently as Baker Mayfield did. I don't like what the Steelers are doing. I really don't. I think they've been getting lucky these last couple of weeks. I'm going to take the Browns minus the 3.5.
Yeah. This is a tough game for me.
Yeah.
On one hand, I don't think the Browns take a step back with Case Keenum. I think he's a perfect one-to-one replacement for Baker. He can do everything Baker can. He also knows Stefanski's offense. He's been playing in it longer. But the Browns got away with a narrow win against Denver, who's not very good. And the Steelers have been on a little bit of a roll. I don't want to dare say they've found their identity on offense because I don't think they're there yet. I think they still have a lot of problems on offense, but their defense is getting healthier. They're good. They're big. I'm going to buy Cleveland down to 2.5, being that they're the home team.
All right, fair enough.
What is the over-under at? Because I probably
42.
like the under. Oh,
yeah, that's low.
Tough number.
Rough number.
I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take under 42.
Wow. All right.
I think this will be a low-scoring game. I could easily see it being like a 20-17 final. Maybe a 19-17, some weird low score like that.
Fair enough. It will be a weird game, I feel, but I do think the Browns will come ahead. This next game, I feel like, is also kind of a no-brainer. You're looking at the Patriots going to LA to play the Chargers. Chargers are a 4.5-point favorite, over under at 49. Herbert, dude. Well, first of all, I saw some breaking news earlier today. The Chargers will be wearing their navy blue color rush uniforms. All right.
Throwback to like LaDainian Tomlinson era, like
no.
Navy
blue. It's their new ones. They're actually really dope.
No.
Or it might be the old one. I don't remember.
I was hoping it was gonna be like throwback unis.
Not throwback unis. Not back to like the white and blue and navy, like the navy blue and gold. Like these ones are like dark navy blue with the bolts on the pants. It's dope. I like teams when they're wearing their color rush unis. I really do. So I think this is a no-brainer for me. I'm going Chargers minus the 4.5. Herbert's on fire right now. This team really, I feel, within the next couple of years is going to be in the Super Bowl. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I don't love where the spread's at on this one.
You know?
No. Obviously, Chargers coming off of a bye week, but they got absolutely embarrassed by the Ravens the week before.
True.
Hopefully, they've corrected those issues. But this is a hungry New England team. Like, they need wins. Like, they've got their eyes set on the playoffs. Belichick definitely is not going to go 2 years in a row without making the playoffs. They're going to start winning some games. Obviously, last week, absolutely demoralizing and tearing up the Jets and just making the Jets their bitch. I've got the line at 5. You said what, 4.5?
I have it at 4.5.
I'm not going to take New England money line, but I'm going to take them to cover. I like them to keep this game close, one way or another. I think they'll be a tough matchup there for Herbert and the Chargers.
Yeah, I completely see that. It's going to be a hell of a game. I'm really excited about that one. Next game, I'm not going to watch, but I'm still going to bet on because we are degenerate bets here. Jaguars at Seahawks at the 12th man. Seahawks, Geno Smith still the man under center. This is going to be something. It's going to be a football game. I'm going to take the 3.5 with the Seahawks and just hope that Geno Smith doesn't fuck up.
Yeah, AJ, I honestly, this is my favorite line of the week.
Really?
This is my lock of the week. If I got to pick one, is Seattle to cover 3 points. Jacksonville should be like a 6.5 point or worse underdog in like all but maybe like 3 games they have this year. I get there's no Russell Wilson, you got Geno Smith, but this Seattle team has held their own the last 2 weeks with Geno Smith at the helm. Against, Saints are a pretty good defense. They, hung in there with them last week. I think they're going to open up the scoring on Jacksonville's defense. Like I said, Geno's been holding his own. He hasn't been turning the ball over a lot. He's been not doing like tremendous things, but again, he's been playing against good defenses. So I like Seattle to win this by a good like 9 or 10 points.
Oh, 100%. It's going to be easy. 3.5 is a low line, but
maybe even 14. I don't know. Like, especially at home against Jacksonville. I don't know. Seems pretty easy to me, but
yeah, I agreed. So it's a good lock of the week to have. No, I would agree with you. That's
what's the over under on that one?
43.
And I'm gonna stay off of that.
As am I. I don't like it. Next game I wish I could stay off of, but I'm not going to because here we are. We're going Washington football team at Broncos. I mean, what do you want me to do with this game, Noah? What do you want me to do? Spreads at 3 with Broncos being the favorite, over under at 44 points. I mean, what do you want me to do with this? Like, honest to God, I'm ready to just throw a dart at a dartboard and see what number it hits.
Yeah, that's a good analysis on this one. These are two underperforming crappy teams. I don't know. Washington's defense at least looks like they're maybe starting to like figure some things out the last 2 weeks. Denver's definitely trending down, but I don't know that Washington's necessarily trending up. They're just kind of like still like so I'm gonna take Washington just because they're the dog. I'm just taking the plus points because I really don't know on this game.
Fair enough, dude. I don't blame you. Since we are going to do this,
by the way, two teams that I have surprisingly picked and am still alive within my survivor pool.
That's crazy.
I have somehow picked both of these two shitters and am still alive. But I'm glad I don't have to pick either team ever again.
Honestly, I don't blame you at all. Just because it's mile high, I'm going to go Broncos -3. I don't know why. I'm going to just go with it.
What's the over-under at? Because I probably 44. Love the under. Yeah, I'll take the under.
Yeah, I thought so. All right. Next game we got on the slate to wrap up the afternoon games. We've got Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the New Orleans Saints. Buccaneers are a 5-point favorite going into this game. Totals at 50 points. You got Gronk back. You got Sherman back. Bucks -5 all day. What? Go ahead, say your pick. Say your pick. I know what you're gonna pick.
Taking Saints money line.
Wow, really?
Sean Payton has been the kryptonite to Tom Brady since he has joined the Buccaneers. I'm going to take the spread too, just in case money line doesn't hit, so I can still be at like even or slightly plus money.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me money line on the Saints here.
I'll give it to you. I don't like the pick, but I'll give it to you.
I don't know why, but Sean Payton somehow knows how to give Brady fits and make him play terrible games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think last year he embarrassed him just straight up a couple times in regular season.
38-3 in the first game, and then the second game wasn't quite as bad, but second game still wasn't even close. Obviously, the Bucs getting the last laugh, winning a one-score game in the playoffs, the second round. Yeah, I mean, New Orleans with Drew Brees, who couldn't throw the ball more than 12 yards downfield, still managed to embarrass the Buccaneers twice last year.
Very true.
So yeah, give me the Saints.
You got it, bud.
I'm riding with Sean Payton being better than Tom Brady.
All right, we will see. See. It's going to be a hell of a game, honestly.
Jameis has been quiet, other than two. He's had two really good games this season. He's had one really bad game. He's had a bunch of very quiet, meaningless games.
This would be a good time to break out.
I'm buying in on a big fucking 350 yards and 4 touchdown game for Jameis Winston.
Jeez.
Oh, this Bucs secondary is so beat up and like so bad. If there's a game to do it, if he can get enough time to have his receivers get downfield enough, which I do think the Saints offensive line will be able to muster him up enough time for that. I think Jameis can embarrass his secondary because I think his receivers can get enough separation. Also, interesting thing with the Saints, I think a lot of people are forgetting. Not this week, obviously, I don't think, but pretty soon they're getting Michael Thomas back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So don't fucking sleep on the Saints team. I mean,
forgot about that.
They're getting a top 5 NFL receiver back here.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
That'll give Jameis actually somebody to throw to.
You'd probably appreciate that.
I am going to stay off the over/under on that Saints-Bucs game because I don't know. I do think the Saints defense will do a good job at limiting Tom Brady and the Bucs offense. I just don't know how many points the Saints are going to score. So definitely. I could see it being a close win. I could see it being a Saints blowout win. But we are taking the Saints on the points and the money line.
And I'm on the Bucs -5. Noah, let's move into Sunday Night Football. This is the first time in a long time that I can say that the Cowboys deserve to be in prime time Sunday Night Football. I love this matchup. Cowboys at Vikings. Cowboys a 1.5-point favorite. Over/under at 54.5. They're them boys, dude. Them boys are them boys. Like, They're real. They're for real. I'm loving what they're doing. They're coming off a bye. I think the worst part of this Dallas Cowboys team is Mike McCarthy, and I think that's just going to come into effect when it comes into the postseason. So I'm going to take the Cowboys minus the 1.5, and I honest to God think the books are going to have a terrible week this week with a lot of these favorites winning.
Yeah, I don't get the 1.5. I mean,
either.
I would buy this or I would sell this up to, I'd sell points on this. I would take this up to like
I think it's 3.
3.5, 4.5 for the Cowboys. Get him at some nice, like, juicy plus odds. I think Minnesota will compete, but I don't think they're going to win. And I think the Cowboys will win by more than a field goal. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to take the over on this one, despite how high it is.
Shit. 54.5.
Yeah, I think this will be a big shootout game. But I could see this being like a 41-24 type of game, 41-28. Like, see Dallas still winning this by 2 touchdowns and just shattering the over. Even giving up 25 to 30 points, I still think they could win it by double digits. So I don't think the Vikings defense is going to do a good job at all at slowing them down. And
no, not at all.
I think Dak's going to have a heyday. And so I like Dallas to cover that, plus some extra points on that, and give me the over as well.
Hell yeah, dude. I love the Cowboys in this one. I never thought I would say that. I love the Cowboys in a game, but I love them in this game. It's a weird world we're living in right now, and I think it's about to get even weirder when we talk about this Monday Night Football game. We're talking about the Giants at Chiefs. Chiefs are a 9.5-point favorite at home at Chiefs Kingdom, over under at 52 points. Now, what have we always said about the Chiefs the last 2 years? Do you know what I'm saying? What have we always said?
Same thing we say about Notre Dame. They hate to cover.
They hate to cover. They love to win. They hate to cover.
Although Notre Dame has covered 5 out of their last 6, but we're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about that.
They may be changing the narrative, but that's another topic. The Chiefs are not changing the narrative. I think they've covered 4 out of their last 18.
That's even being generous saying it's that many. But yeah, I'm taking the Giants.
It's either 17 or 18. I think they're
Is it?
I think they're 4-13-1 against the spread in their last 18 games.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's rough.
Yeah, Chiefs, they hate to cover.
They hate to cover, and honestly, at this point in their season, they hate to win. I'm just taking.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take Giants on the points. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on. They don't
even love winning anymore.
They really don't, dude. That's why I think Giants 9.5, and then I'll sprinkle a little bit on the money line. That's where I'm going to sit at for Monday night, and I'm just going to let the money come in, baby.
What is the over under on this game? Because I probably love the over.
52. High,
yeah. Give me that over.
Wow.
The Giants are dog shit. This is a game where the Chiefs are gonna put up 35 or 40 points. The Giants simply won't be able to keep up with that, as bad as the Chiefs defense is. I don't like the Chiefs to cover 9.5, but I also don't like the Giants to cover 9.5.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
AJ, this is a tough one for me, but in the spirit of betting everything.
Yes, in the spirit. 'Tis the season, Noah.
I'm going to buy 2 points on the Giants and take them plus 11.5, because I really don't like this game. I don't like that spread where it is. But I'm going to take the Giants to cover 11.5, and I'm taking the over.
Can't blame you there, bud. Cannot blame you there. I'm taking Giants 9.5 and the money line, and we're going to enjoy the weekend. Noah, any last thoughts on this epic week 8 of NFL football we have coming up?
Yeah, it's just disappointing. We should have got the best game of the week to kick it off on Thursday night. It may still be a really good game. Like I said, I do think we're going to see MVP Aaron Rodgers against potential MVP Kyler Murray, which should be a really fun quarterback duel despite Aaron Rodgers missing a bunch of weapons, which if he goes off will just be a testament to like how good Aaron Rodgers is, that he doesn't need those weapons. But disappointing that, COVID had to hit the Packers here this week. I don't know. It is what it is. It's a short week. As a Packers fan, I'm I'm glad this happened in a game that we, weren't going to be favored in to begin with. Although it would have been really, would be really sweet to beat the Cardinals, regardless. Just because a lot of my friends are Cardinals fans, so to be able to rub that in would be fantastic. At least I have a built-in excuse now in case the Packers don't win. But I would have rather had it been the true dogfight that we
would have
thought
gotten,
it was going to be. Yeah, especially it being only the third ever time that a primetime game has featured teams on a two teams on a 6+ win streak going against each other. Only the third time ever in NFL history in a primetime game that's happening. Or no, first ever in a primetime game, I think. Third time ever in NFL history that two teams on a 6+ game win streak, or I don't know, maybe I'm mixing that up, but something like that. So,
that's crazy, but
could have been much more exciting. It's gonna be whatever, but
it's gonna be a good time still. It's gonna be a good weekend. So I like all of our picks except for a couple of yours that you picked against me. But it is what it is. Again, however you're watching, however you're listening, Spotify, YouTube, thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help us fight those bastard algorithms. They really are the fucking worst. I'm telling you, bro. They're just terrible. But also follow myself on Twitter at Brofix1, Noah at _ Engelbretson. The show Degenerate Takes at Degen Takes on Twitter, Degen Takes 69 on TikTok. And we will be back tomorrow with a big look at the college football slate coming up. I've got a lot to say about one certain game and a certain shirt that is doing really well, and it looks like it's going to get hot again. So we will see you next time on Degenerate Bets.